present, excited, eager, thrilled to hear what other questions are coming to your mind. Remember, the ease is the name of the game. The ease, not only about experiencing ease, but the ease about all aspects of your creation. Both beautiful movement of questions that stirs things up, that gets things going, that gets your questions to be in a place of more or less movement depending on how important the topic is, and then the feeling of answers, and that all of that is happening at all times. The movement is happening at all times. Question, answer, dance on each topic. Evolving, question evolving, answer evolving, question evolving, answer evolving, and new ones being born as you observe variety and make preferences. We're ready, we're excited. Go ahead.
Hi, WEOLA. On Sunday, we spoke a little bit about my treatment with a homeopathic doctor. And what I got from that was very much about having a soft focus on what was happening. But another question sort of came from that is that every month my homeopathic doctor wants an update and he wants feedback so that he can see whether or not he's given the right medication or to tweak it or not. So there's a lot of looking for improvement. And I wonder if that looking for improvement is detrimental to the improvement, or is it just that my work is to look softly?
It is about your attention and how does this looking into things makes you go in and makes you see it. You see this steadiness about looking into something, nothing wrong with that if you take that looking into things will give you some new feedback. Every feedback comes from vibration of question. Feedback, then you choose how much more of that you want to see. But because you ask the question, the feedback comes back to you and then you can integrate it within. So if you find more steadiness in the process of not providing feedback and feeling your steadiness and looking to see and to have your steadiness so much so that your cells are at more and more ease, that your cells are at more and more ease of movement, more and more ease of finding that steadiness, so that you allow your cells to do their job, for them to have and keep regaining their balance. And some of them not so much, but some of them more, but generally more and more. As you find that on different topics, regardless of the topic of your health, on different topics you have the ease about releasing the wanting and then being on a lookout on discovery and picking up another question on something else and then clarifying that wanting and releasing it and so on and so forth, then you find yourself in more place of ease. And then as you have that steady thing, and then as you anticipate to have this place of checking in, you know what you're anticipating. You are not anticipating someone to come and tell you that you're cured because there is nothing wrong. You're then expecting to hear in a feedback about the balance of where you stand at the moment, and based off of that, you know what to have for another month and for another month and for another month. These checkup points are happening regardless of you having a person, a doctor who is giving you this feedback. It's happening anyway. You can find this feedback within you as well if you're paying attention. And the reason why you want to have this feedback also is because you want steadiness of that feedback. So celebrating the steadiness of that feedback for as long as you find and you see that it suits you and it allows you to bring more and more and more steadiness, and then keep that feedback for the rest of your physical iteration or for more temporary time, regardless of how it, based off of how it feels, and very much based off of the outcome that you're getting more and more from it. Because the feedback at some point will always be there. It will be there in a form of structured way as someone is assisting you, and it's a part of your question answer dance to release more and more and more resistance, or someone who will want to check in and you will want to check in so you can check your own resistance at that moment. So it's as you're moving towards less and less resistance and more ease, these visits are then happening more and more about you checking in with them versus someone else checking in with you. And that is something you might want to get more clarity on. Go ahead.
Definitely, because sometimes I find the monthly meeting, I giving feedback, it annoys me. I have resistance to it in a way, So, because he goes, it feels like you're just keeping talking about something that doesn't necessarily feel good, So sometimes I get annoyed about doing it, having to do it. So I think it's doing it for myself more is a really good piece.
But this is the part that you want to get clarification. This is what you wanted to get clarification based off of your question. You're going and having these experiences because someone in this field of classical or not so classical medical feedback providing to you is for you to see more and more and more steady and more ease until you then do not require to have that conversation anymore with this particular person. But you don't want to drop that until you feel so steady about it. You want to celebrate and knowing that going into this experience, you're checking in how much did you soften that vibration of question to less and less and less. So this feeling and those experiences in your body are less and less and less. You have an opportunity to see in this feeling that you have something very measurable to use, and this is your reaction based off of this place, based off of experiencing this interaction with this person, which is next time you go and the next time you go and the next time you go, you have a choice. You have a choice to be same annoyed, more annoyed, or less annoyed. And let's speak about it. What is it that really annoys you about the feedback?
I think one part of it is having to relive the feeling of not feeling good. And the second part is that, you might say to him, he'll say to you, what does that feel like? And then you might say, well, that's frustrating. No, what does that feel like? And you get to the point where I don't know what else to say. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes. So that's interesting.
So let's talk about you getting ahead of that and how do you go into this experience. If you go into the experience of just walking in and seeing what happens, but if you go with the steady feeling, you have your tools to get steady. If you feel steady about something and you go there and say, knowing that whatever comes this person's way, this person offering the feedback, especially someone in this field trying to assist you and trying to help you, you have an opportunity to be so steady about, regardless of words coming in, what you want to get out of it, because what's coming out of it is the care. This person wants you to see your fuller health. This person wants you to see it. And this person might not believe that allowing you to see more and more of that in conversation, he might feel that there is more necessity to activate the question vibration. But if you know that you're going for a conversation about question vibration, if you understand as you do that every interaction generates some sort of variety, some sort of question vibration, then you know, and then you can isolate the words from the intent. Intent is clear. This person wants you to feel fuller experience of your physical health, fuller and fuller and fuller. And you want to experience fuller experience of your, so you can see and you can isolate this care about that, even though the words are not matching. You choose how much someone else's words are matching the vibration. The words do not have vibration attached to it. Every word, every thought has variety of vibration in it, and you choose where you see it. And sometimes you may see this conversation as annoying, sometimes you may see it as a trigger for a question, but you have a choice to see it as more and more answer coming back to you. As someone says to you that they want to talk to you about how this negative feeling, how this discomfort, someone who may be poking and directing you in a direction of discomfort, saying to yourself, they just want to see how steady I am, and I will stay steady. I can offer the words to have conversation about this, and I can be softer about it. I can own up to how I feel at the moment, and I know that sometimes talking too much about it will trigger me, but I will find how much talking about it I can handle to have this experience of steadiness. I will be so sensitive that moment it goes into the place of anything else, I will change the subject. I will change the subject, or I will continue focusing on what's coming back. And what's coming back is care. What comes back is assistance. What comes back is someone wanting for me to see the fuller and fuller experience. Nothing for you to pretend about, nothing for you to imagine, to try to project in your experiences, but just having in these monthly experiences, once a month having this experience of getting steady ahead of the game, and then see how much through this mirror reflection you can see more of this and more of this and more of this. And you practice it within this month as you do not see other people, as you do not see this professional, but you do see other people. You practice that. You practice to see what is it that these people really mean. Because everyone has this everything that exists standpoint from them. Everyone has this feedback within them too. And no one intentionally wants to harm you. No one intentionally wants to do anything bad for you. Nobody wants to poke those questions for you, because everyone feels that in their feedback, and some people offering more feedback and some people not offering so much feedback, they believe that in that way they're providing the more and more and more for others. But we want you to understand that you choose how that comes back as a feedback to you, and that every moment you can be expected to integrate that and then see for how longer and how much you want to play and how long you want to stay in those conversations. When you go prepared, when you go ready, when you practice your steady, then you want to take it in a way, even as a little challenge for you, how much more of that you can see back, how much more of that you can see back, how much you can choose from a mirror reflection, regardless of words, regardless of anything else, because you know that in this field of someone assisting someone else, their strong beliefs and their strong habits are there to try to guide you and for you to see which one worked for you. But you can surely bet that all of it is coming from a place of assisting you to see fuller health that you have.
Yes, for sure. And I do like him. I do trust him as well. I just get frustrated, I suppose, in not coming as quickly as I want.
This is exactly where we wanted you to get to on your own. We did not want to use those words. It is about you looking to eliminate something. It is for you looking to have this full, no resistance answer vibration dominantly within you. There will always be little something that will have the experience, that will have you focus, will have you focus on this or on this or on this, that will bring your attention to something enough for you to bring the attention to something. What are you looking in this experience? Are you looking not to have any question vibration? Are you looking not to have any of those questions or sometimes discomforts? Are you looking not to observe variety? We know that's not true. We know that it's true for you, that you want to observe all of that you want to have those questions, and that you want to be focused not to have the grand prize of not having any resistance, because that grand prize means you not being in your physical focus in this iteration, but moving on into everything that exists before you come back to another iteration. The prize experience, those most satisfying experiences, when you see that what you're looking for your questions to get softer, and for you to be as soft about those questions so you can see more answers, but that you always at all times know that it's always question, answer, question, answer, question, answer, moving one after another on the heels of one answer, another question, on the heels of another question, another answer, and so on and so forth. There is nothing for you to eradicate. There is nothing for you to try to avoid. There is nothing for you not to have in the place. It's just the levels of it. It's just experience of it. And so it is not to eliminate frustration. It is not to eliminate being annoyed. It's not to eliminate that condition that gives you opportunity to focus, but to find softer and softer and softer ways, so then that condition, so that frustration, so then that annoying part that sometimes triggers you to focus around is not dominant within you. Because for as long as you have focus in your integrated experience, there will be something to catch your attention. And whenever something catches your attention, that will get for you to experience more, that will get you on another quest of observation chose wanting, releasing that wanting into then having it in your experience moment by moment for this and every other physical iteration.